welcome back to Garden Girl. My name is Breanna. We're over here in the cutting garden area, which was my garden the previous year, which was last year. And today I'm going to be talking about garlic scapes. And the garlic bed is in this cutting garden for this year. And specifically what I'm going to be talking about with the garlic scapes is what they are, first of all, and why it's important to harvest them, and also a few simple things that you can make with them, that some of the things we actually make with them. So let's get into it. And if you're wondering what's going on behind me, is we're watering the front of this right now, so don't worry, we won't get sprayed. So this is my garden bed this year, and it's looking really healthy and green so far. It's been kept watered, and we've been harvesting a few of the garlic, young garlic for dishes and such. But now I noticed they're starting to have little sprouts, these little growing shoots on the top. So when that starts to happen, then you know it's time to start taking those off. So I'll talk a little bit about these garlic scapes. So basically with hardneck garlic, you always get scapes. And scapes are basically the garlic plant trying to reproduce even more. So the garlic already reproduces with the bulb, which is the garlic. And then it also reproduces by sending out this shoot, which ends up becoming kind of like a flower. And it has little tiny garlic bulbs on it. So you can also plant those and use those. If you want to harvest a nice sized garlic, you'll want to cut these guys off. Because when you cut these scapes off, and I'll take one off to show you. See right here. When you cut these guys off, then the energy can go back into the bulb. So all the energy that was going into producing this flower can go back into the bulb, and then you can actually get 20% to 30% bigger bulbs, bigger garlic heads by doing that. So it's quite important to do that. And you can actually use these in your dishes as well. It's kind of like, basically it's like a young garlic again. So you can chop these really fine and just add them to stews and to soups and stuff, and I'll show you another thing that you can do with them after as well. So these are garlic scapes. So today I'm going to be showing you how to harvest them. It's really easy, when to harvest them, so let's get into it. Okay, so you're going to want to come in here, and I'll try to show you this best I can. So you're going to want to look for these little shoots coming up, and they have the little end there, and you can basically pick them when they've started turning into a round. They turn into a round circle, kind of like this. So they start turning into a round circle, kind of like this, and that's when you can start picking them. But I would just pick them anytime. If you can pick them right away, that's great. I think they'd be pretty tender anyway. And then the garlic can focus on getting the energy back into the bulb, into the head of garlic as quickly as possible. So yeah, you basically just go in and snap them off. So there's one right here. I just take my finger and just snap it off. They come off really easily. Right there. And you can just simply pick them. And that'll really help the size of your garlic, and then you get that nice young scape that you can use in your dishes as well. So I'll harvest those, and I'll show you how much I get. There's a big handful right here. So just from that 3x6 bed, I got quite a lot there. And you can keep these in bags in your fridge, and they'll last for weeks, just like this. And You can use them in your stews, and the nice thing is you cut them when they're tender, so they'll pretty well stay tender in your fridge as you use them. So again, this is more for hardneck garlic. If you're growing softneck garlic, this doesn't apply, but I'm in a shorter season region, so we grow hardneck garlic here. Wanted to also say that once you harvest your scapes, your garlic will be about ready to harvest a month from when you harvest your garlic scapes. So for us, that would be around the end of July, because it's the end of June right now. So that's one way to tell when your garlic will be ready. Another way is when these two bottom leaves are completely dried up, like the ones at the bottom. And this one's starting to dry. Right now it's quite green still, so it's supposed to be like really dried up. And this one's kind of there. I'd say this one's a good example. Below you have one that's drying, but this one isn't starting to dry too much yet. So that's kind of another way to tell. Or maybe the first bottom leaves are starting to dry. It's another good way to tell. They're not as green anymore. So that's about when you harvest your garlic. So that was a quick video on how to harvest garlic scapes here. And if you don't grow garlic or hardneck garlic, you can actually get garlic scapes at most farmers markets. So yeah, chefs like using them. They're a specialty crop and they're fun to cook with. Let's get into how to use them for cooking.